In today's video, we're going to be going over the brand new Nerf Pro Gelfire Uproar Nightfall Edition, or as some call it, the Nightfall Uproar. Basically what the Nightfall Edition of this blaster is that it has a built-in trace unit along with different color patterns. Along with that, you get much different ammo than what comes in the regular Nerf Uproar. And just like the old Nerf Uproar, you're going to need 8 AA batteries to power this thing, which is not that great. And as I said in the Nerf Uproar review, why switch to AA batteries when you already have lithium-ion batteries that are used in almost every other gel blaster? Honestly, Nerf, why do you do that? But we did test the performance of this blaster out in depth when it came out, so if you do want to watch that video, I'll link it at the end of this one. Anyways, let's get back to talking about the Nightfall Edition. Apparently the Nightfall Edition has a built-in trace unit right in the blaster, and I already have pre-grown glow-in-the-dark ammo, so we're going to be testing that out. But before we do that, we gotta unbox this thing, so let's get right into it. Okay, so let's get right into this thing. Cut the tape right here and right here. Then what we have to do is open this box. Here we have the blaster itself, and I really like the cool colors of this thing. And honestly, I like it better than the regular Uproar. Also in here, we got a pair of clear protective eyewear. And here we got the 400 round hopper, which slides onto the blaster like that. Then here we got all the ammo. So it looks like we got 5,000 rounds of blue ammo. And then we got 5,000 rounds of glow-in-the-dark ammo. Along in here, you also get a hopper cap for the hopper. And coming with 5,000 rounds of regular ammo and 5,000 rounds of glow-in-the-dark ammo, pretty good deal. Anyways, let's move on to the blaster itself. To run this blaster, what you're going to need is 8 AA batteries, as I previously mentioned, which is quite a bit of batteries. And that can cost you quite a bit depending on what brand you get. But what I'm going to do is take the batteries out of here and put them right into there, because I don't have 8 AA batteries at the moment. And luckily, Power Hour, one of my partnerships, allowed me to have 8 batteries that I also provided for the video reviewed this blaster in full. These batteries are $30, which are kind of expensive, but as I showed in the video, they are much better performance-wise, and they're also rechargeable. Okay, now let's unscrew this cover. Okay, there we go. Now let's just insert the batteries into here. Afterwards, let's put the cover back on. Now to power this blaster, what you do is you have the safety switch down here. When it's pushed towards the back, you have it on safety, but when you push towards the front, you can shoot. And just like the regular Uproar, it has that weird shooting pattern. When you pull it once, it shoots semi-automatic. Not even the old Uproar was that bad on trigger response. What is that trigger response? Anyways, let's try it on fully automatic. Just pull down the trigger and hold it. That is terrible! What is that shooting pattern? Not even the old Nerf Uproar took that long to power up. But when you do shoot, you can see the little light up of the tracer unit. That is absolutely terrible. Other than that, we do have a top rail up here, which is compatible with Nerf rival accessories. Other than that, there's not really too many cool features about this blaster. So let's get right into the FPS and accuracy test and see how this blaster does. Okay, we're going to be starting off with FPS. Let's get 5 shots in and see how it does. Shot 1, 142 feet per second. Shot 2, 158.8 feet per second. Shot 3, 157.9 feet per second. Shot 4, 161.9 feet per second. And shot 5, 141.5 feet per second. Decent FPS numbers with this blaster, but that's also probably because of these batteries that I put in the blaster. Anyways, let's see how many RPS it shoots. Hold down the trigger. Shooting right around 5.5 rounds per second, which is not all that good. Anyways, let's take a few steps back and see how accurate this thing is. I do gotta say, this thing is actually decently accurate for what it is. But that trigger response, I can just not get over how slow that is. During Gel Blaster War, that's the difference between getting out and staying in, because people can easily rush up on you if you have that slow trigger response. But if you are far away and you don't have to worry about that, this thing is actually really accurate, especially with these shot marks right here. Anyways, let's load this thing up with some glow-in-the-dark ammo and see how well it shoots. Okay, it's not all that dark in this room, but it's dark enough to where you're gonna be able to see the glow-in-the-dark bullets. But it does appear that the tracer unit is working, but I have one question. What if we took the Nightfall hopper and put it on top of this? Would it extra glow in the dark the ammo? I don't know if it was just me, but it seemed like the glow-in-the-dark ammo was a little bit brighter and stayed brighter for a longer time. That could just be my mind playing tricks on me, but what do you guys think? Anyways, if you do want to get this hopper, I'll link it down in the description, but let's get back to the desk so I can reveal my final thoughts on this blaster. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know what I'm going to say about this blaster already, but let's start off with the good things just to cheer you guys up, and mostly just cheer me up. The blaster has a really cool design and pretty compact. Along with that, you have a 400 round hopper, which is also compatible with the 800 round hopper that comes with the Mythic and Nerf Pro Gelfire Raid. And honestly, I like the 400 round hopper look better on this thing, but 800 round hopper, it does not look too bad. Along with that, having a built-in tracer unit is a really cool feature. And having the FPS that it did, it's actually really good for long range. But that's really all the good things I can say about it. For $40, I'd expect a lot more than just this. Sure, it comes with a tracer unit pre-installed, but you might as well just buy the regular Nerf Uproar and get the Nightfall hopper. With an RPS of 5.5 rounds per second, that's just terrible. The Nerf Mythic that came out almost 3 years ago shot at 11 rounds per second, which is much higher than this. And most of all, that trigger response. What is that? I know it's not the battery because it worked fine in the regular Nerf Uproar. It could just be my blaster, but it's very rare for something like that to happen. If that's what's happening with all these blasters, Nerf definitely needs to check that issue out. And that wind up with the full auto, I don't like that at all. And using 8 AA batteries within a blaster is just a waste and a pain to do. But overall, the blaster is not the worst I've had, but it's definitely not even close to being the best. Just in case you guys do want to get this blaster, I'll link it down in the description. Along with that, I'll also link the Nightfall hopper. But if you want to watch the original Nerf Uproar review I did, watch that video right there. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you in that video.